It's time for free and cheap home decor because everyone should be able to decorate on a budget. Today we are going to be doing some stunning DIYs. As you can see, my kitchen is blank, so we are going to be decorating in here, and then we are also going to be doing a mini porch makeover. Now our first DIY is going to be to create a 2-foot long marble riser. Now I've looked online to see if I can find some marble risers that are affordable, and you guys, I see them for $400. Yes, they're beautiful. Yes, they are large, but I'm not going to spend that amount of money. So I'm going to show you how to make one for a little over $20. So the first thing we need is a large piece of marble. Now I've got these marble tiles throughout my house that I use on top of my furniture. These are fabulous because not only do they protect your furniture, but they give your furniture that upscale look. And so what we're going to do is use one of these tiles. So let's head on over to Lowe's and I'll show you exactly what I used. These are some really great options if you want a large piece of tile, and for every single one of them they are only $2.49 a square foot. These are the ceramic ones. We're gonna go back and look at the real marble. This is what I want. It is the real marble and it is right here. $12.98 per piece. Now these marble pieces are stunning as is. In fact, the ones that I have throughout my house are just plain. And what I've done is I've gotten some of these felt pads and I put them on the bottom. That way the tile doesn't scratch up the surface of your buffet or your nightstand or your countertop. You can also use some cabinet stops if you have some of those to put on the bottom to use as a protection for the tile. But what we're going to do is we are going to upgrade it even further and add some feet to the bottom to give it some height. So I headed over to Hobby Lobby and I headed down the knob and pull aisle. I found these marble square knobs with a gold surround. And happy day for me, they were 50% off. So they were $6.99 originally and I got 4 of them for $3.50 a piece. We want the knob alone, so we need to remove the screw. So I simply just unscrewed it from the knob. I twisted it right off and then removed the nut and the washer, so we were left with the knob alone. To adhere the knobs to the tile, I'm going to be using some E6000. So I flipped my tile over, I added some E6000 to the back of the marble knob, and then I placed the knob on the corner of the tile. I love using E6000 because it has a strong bond. When it dries, the knobs will be fixed in place permanently. Once all of my 4 knobs have been glued to the corners of the tile, I let it dry overnight. And just like that, we are completely finished with our stunning marble riser. You guys, look at how beautiful this is. This is heavy, this is huge, and the feet, oh my goodness, look at how beautifully those feet coordinate with the marble. Oh, it's just stunning. And there are so many ways that you can use a beautiful marble riser like this. Of course, you can use it to display your decorative accessories, but you can also use it as a charcuterie board. All you would need to do is seal the marble and it's food safe. This piece would elevate your food service to a luxurious level at any party. So if you're looking for an inexpensive way to make a big impact in your home, adding a beautiful marble riser like this is a fantastic option. This marble riser is the first DIY of many that we are going to be doing today. If you like projects like this and you love home decor, then you have come to the right place. I post weekly videos and I have so many fabulous seasonal videos coming up. So make sure you're subscribed so you won't miss out on any of those. So what we're going to do now is create a centerpiece display right here on my kitchen island. The first thing that we're going to start off with is this beautiful vinyl runner. I love using vinyl in the kitchen because you can spill on it and then you can just clean it up easily. Just wipe it down, no big deal. So we're gonna start off with this vinyl runner, and then of course to the top of the vinyl runner, we're going to add our gorgeous marble riser. This marble coordinates beautifully with the quartz countertop that I have. Now, because there is a little teeny tiny gap between the bottom of the riser and the countertop, that gives us an opportunity to add some beautiful fall botanicals. So I have these gold leaves and sage green leaves, and then I've also got a couple little fall leaves. So what I'm gonna do with these is I'm just going to tuck them right underneath the riser, just in different areas. I'm gonna take those sage and the gold leaves and I'm just gonna tuck them right underneath. So they're poking out. This is a fun touch because it's an easy way to theme your display seasonally. On top of the tray, we're going to be adding a variety of different kinds of items. The first one is going to be a glass apothecary jar. The reason why I'm using a glass apothecary jar is because we are going to try and tie in this centerpiece with the decor that we have on the fireplace. And on top of the fireplace, I have 2 apothecary jars that are filled with some pumpkins and fall items, topped with a beautiful bow and a fall leaf. Because we are in the same space and you can visually see both the kitchen and the fireplace, we want to tie those spaces together. So it only makes sense that we add an apothecary jar to our centerpiece here. Now inside, we've got to add some fall items. Now, when I was outside doing my fall refresh, I kept hearing these thuds all around me. And I realized that the seed pods had been falling out of my magnolia tree and they were scattered all over the ground. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna take advantage of these seed pods. So I gathered them all up, and these are what we're going to be using in our apothecary jar. Now we're not gonna leave them like this. What we're going to do first off is wash them because we wanna get rid of any dust and debris or any little critters that may be crawling inside. And once they were washed, I let them dry, and now we are going to paint them. We're going to paint them gold, and we're going to be using a Krylon gold spray paint. So I took my seed pods outside, I spread them out evenly, and I began to spray them in this gold spray paint. Once each of the pods had been sufficiently painted, I let them dry for 30 minutes. I came back, flipped them over, and painted the opposite side. Once this side had been coated in the spray paint, I let them dry for 1 hour. Look at how beautiful these gold seed pods look now. They look like you purchased them at any craft store from the floral section. Oh no, we got them outside on the ground, picked them up for free, and spray painted them. And if you didn't even want to spend money on the spray paint, you could have left them natural. If you have pine cones at your house or acorns that fall on the ground, gather up whatever it is that you have outside and use those as jar fillers. It's a great way to get some free decor. So now what I'm going to do is add my gold magnolia seed pods to my jar, as well as a pumpkin and this pretty gold acorn that I purchased at the Dollar Tree. So I'm just gonna start popping these right inside. They fit perfectly, and they are such a beautiful addition to my jar. This looks so festive, and it cost me hardly anything to fill this jar. So we're gonna place this right off to the side. We're also going to be utilizing those seed pods on some mini displays that we are going to be adding to either side of my stovetop. The first thing that we need is marble. These I purchased at Ross, and they were only $6.99 a piece. So we're gonna put these down first. Now on top of these marble rectangles, I'm going to add a flower arrangement. Now this flower arrangement is the one that I have out for the majority of the year. It's a neutral floral arrangement which coordinates with any design style or season, so I love using these. I'm going to add this thrifted plate to the bottom, so I'm just gonna place that right on top of the marble. Then I'm going to place my floral arrangement on top of the plate. To theme this floral arrangement into fall, we are going to add some pumpkins. Now, while I was at Hobby Lobby, I saw these adorable pumpkin picks. Once again, they were 40% off. These pumpkins are a stunning shade of dark emerald green. And this is my accent color this year for fall, is this emerald green color. I have some larger pumpkins. These are velvet pumpkins that are on my fireplace mantle. And so we are going to take that color scheme and bring it into the kitchen. We're gonna do that with these pretty pumpkins. Now, one thing that I did not love about these pumpkins was the color of the stem. It's brown and we love gold. So what I'm going to do is get some Rub and Buff in the color gold leaf and a paper towel. I added the Rub and Buff to the paper towel and simply wiped it on the stems of the pumpkins. It only took me a few minutes to change the stem color from brown to this beautiful shade of gold on these mini pumpkins. Because we're placing our pumpkins in our floral arrangement, we need to separate them individually from the stem, which was super easy. All I did was grab the pumpkin and pull it off. The wire tore away from the large stem, and now I have these individual stems of pumpkins. So I'm going to take my pumpkin picks and I'm just going to place 3 of them into each of my floral arrangements. This was such an easy way to theme something that I already had into fall. In the front, we are going to add a gold seed pod, a stem of leaves, and another mini pumpkin. This one doesn't have a stem at all. I just ripped it right off the wire. So I've got these 3 items that I'm going to place right down in the front. We are going to add a touch of ambiance to our mini displays with these mini lamps. These lamps are from ONEWISH. They are the perfect size and it's going to give off such a beautiful glow. You know how when you go to a restaurant and at each individual table they have some soft ambient lighting with these lamps? Well, that is the look that we are going for on our displays. Now, these lamps came well packaged. They were extremely easy to assemble. This rechargeable lamp comes with an LED filament bulb. The small lamp provides a soft and inviting warm light, perfect for any setting. So all I need to do is just tap this little light, and I have 3 different dimmable options. So if I want something very dim, I can go with this. And then you can just go from there. So if you want something really bright in your kitchen, let's say you're having a party and you want to light up your space or light up that dark corner of the room, these will do the job. So I'm going to take this gorgeous lamp and I'm going to put it right here on my mini display. Can you see how beautiful that looks with that extra light right there? Under cabinets can get super dark, but adding a bit of light to your space makes all the difference. The ONEWISH lamp takes 3.5 hours to fully charge. It lasts 9 hours at the highest brightness or 48 hours on the lowest brightness after fully charged. And charging these lamps are so simple. All you need to do is get the provided USB-C cable and plug it into the lamp. Because they are cordless, you can put them in any area of your home. You can put them on top of a buffet. You could put them on some nightstands for some extra light. You could use them for a party. You could put them on a buffet, or like me, you can just add them to your kitchen where you need extra light. These lamps look beautiful on my mini displays. They add that ambient lighting that creates a cozy mood. I love the smaller size, the neutral fabric linen lampshade, and the gold base coordinates beautifully with my color scheme. ONEWISH wants to give a set of these lamps away for free to one of you. So in my comments, comment at ONEWISH and you will be automatically entered to win. And then ONEWISH also has a YouTube channel, so head over there and subscribe to their YouTube channel. I will leave a link to this lamp from ONEWISH in my description box. So now our beautiful mini displays are finished. They look gorgeous. These are a beautiful backdrop to our larger centerpiece. They blend perfectly with the island design, which we're going to get back to right now and continue to decorate. we're gonna add these white ginger jars to our marble. I've got this smaller one in the front, and then I have this beautiful one that has all these cutouts on it to the back. And I'm gonna put it on top of another piece of marble. I love doing this because it gives your display some extra height. And the more interest that you can have on a display, in my opinion, the better it looks. So adding a different variation of height is fabulous. Okay, now we don't want to leave these apothecary jars plain. We've got to follify them just like everything else. So what I'm going to do is get some wood acorns that I purchased at the Dollar Tree. These acorns came in a package of 6. They are blank right now, which is pretty boring, so we're gonna add some additional detail. What I did was I got a pencil and a ruler, and I traced a line across the top of the acorn and then created diagonal diamond shapes across the top. I marked out where they should be. They are evenly spaced, and then created the diagonal lines for the diamonds. I did this on all 3 of my acorn tops. We want this design to be permanent, so we are going to engrave that in with our wood burning tool. So all I did was I simply just traced across the lines that had already been drawn. The wood burning tool creates indents where the lines are. I simply traced all these diamond lines onto the 3 acorns. The deep grooves will make a permanent design, which is the perfect amount of detail that we want on our acorn. Once all 3 had this additional design, I took these acorns outside and I'm spraying them in the Krylon Gold spray paint, the same spray paint that I used on my seed pods. Once all of my acorns had been coated in the spray paint, I let them dry for 30 minutes. Then I came back, flipped them over, and painted the opposite side. Again, once these were 100% saturated in the spray paint, I let them dry for 1 hour. Look at how cute those acorns are now. You can see that design all across the top. And because the grooves were so deep, even after painting them, you can still see those design details. We're going to hang these festive acorns from our jars, and we are going to do it with this bluish, grayish, sage colored ribbon. This is a gorgeous ribbon. It has a satin finish. And this ribbon coordinates so well with the ribbon that I have on the fireplace. Again, we are trying to tie those 2 spaces together. So what I did was I just threaded the ribbon through the hole at the top of the acorn, and now I can just hang it from the top of my jars. The acorns and the ribbon definitely themed these neutral everyday pieces into fall. Now over here, we are going to display a beautiful pumpkin. We want it to be highlighted, so what I'm gonna do is get a mini cake stand, place it right here, and then get my gorgeous Mercury glass pumpkin. I purchased this a few years ago at Home Goods, and I love the color, the size, and the shape. But what I did not love was the silver kind of antiqued stem on it, so we need to change that. It's such an easy fix, you guys. I'm telling you, Rub and Buff works wonders. So I did the same thing to this as I did to our mini pumpkins. I just got my gold leaf Rub and Buff. I added it to my paper towel and then wiped it all over the stem of the pumpkin. The Rub and Buff glides on easily and dries almost instantaneously. I can get the coverage that I want. I did leave a little bit of the silver and antique bronze peering through the stem. That way it was not a solid gold. The gold stem looks so much better now. It coordinates beautifully with all the other gold that I have in this space. So we're gonna take this mini pumpkin and place it right on top of the cake stand. And to highlight it even further, we are going to grab this giant glass cloche and put this right over the top. This cloche adds an element of height and drama because it is so large. It definitely highlights this pumpkin. The final addition that we are going to add to our centerpiece are some more of these leaves, a pumpkin, and of course our seed pods. So I'm just gonna place these right here in the front. The leaves tied together with the other leaves that are surrounding the bottom of our riser. This cream pumpkin coordinates with the pumpkin that we've got in our jar. So those two things tied together, our adorable little velvet mini pumpkins, go so well with all the other little pumpkins that we have on our displays throughout the space. The seed pods add that touch of gold that ties all the other gold in the space in with this centerpiece. Doesn't this centerpiece look so beautiful? And it's perfect for fall. You would not look at the centerpiece and say, hey, I think that that tile is from Lowe's and she picked up those seed pods from off the ground outside. You would not think that because it looks so expensive. It looks elevated. Because we used items that we literally gathered up from around our house, and we bought things on sale, and we reused items that we already have in our home, and we got some things from the Dollar Tree. We were able to stay on such a tight budget. Just goes to show that you can create some beautiful seasonal decor that looks like $1 million. All right, you guys, we are finished in here. So I think it's time that we do our mini porch makeover. Now let's look at the porch right now. I really love the space, it's fabulous, but the urns that I have out there right now are black and they just kind of blend in with the dark tile out there. They don't pop. And then inside we've got some greenery that is just plain and uninspiring. So we're going to change that. The first thing we're going to do is take those black urns and brighten them up a bit. It has some beautiful detail on it, but you can't see it right now because these urns are black. I took these containers outside to paint them. These containers separate, so I had the base and the bowl. I'm going to spray them in some white Krylon semi-gloss spray paint. I made sure that the base and the bowl itself was completely covered in the white spray paint. These are quite large, so it did take an entire can of spray paint to paint both of these urns. I'm just painting one right now to give you an example, but I did paint two. Once the container was saturated in the spray paint, I let it dry for 2 hours. It's already a night and day difference from the black to the white. You can see those details so much clearer now. They are brighter and they will pop against that dark tile outside on my porch. And here's an example of how you can save money. While I was getting those tiles at Lowe's, I wandered over to the garden section, as one might do, to check out all the pretty flowers and bushes. And I saw almost identical containers to mine. These are similar to my containers, almost the exact same size and shape, and these are $74.98 a piece. And these are plastic, just like mine are plastic. $74 for one of those containers, and they're plastic just like mine. Yeah, so if you needed some motivation to reuse items you already have, this is it, because I saved myself $150 by simply repurposing these planters that I already had and painting them white. So now that they look beautiful, let's take them out to the porch and decorate. We are finished painting our urns and they look so fabulous. They're so much better than they were before. This white color pops against the dark tile. Before, the dark urns and the dark tiles made these containers simply disappear, and now they pop. You can see the detail so much better on these containers too, and we saved ourselves so much money because all it cost was a can of paint. Now, to put inside of our planters, we are going to get some large 6-foot tall cypress trees. These trees look so realistic, but they're not, which is good for me, because if you've been with my channel for any amount of time, you know that I am no gardener and I have a very hard time keeping anything alive. In fact, I had some topiaries in here before, but they died. I don't know if I overwatered them or underwatered them, but I am not gonna risk it this time. So I've got these stunning cypress trees. They come in a package of 2 and you can purchase them online. I will leave a link in my description box. Now what I'm going to do is take these cypress trees, pick them up, and just pop them right inside of our freshly painted containers. So now that they're in my urns, I'm gonna grab our big bag of rocks that we bought at Lowe's, and I'm gonna sprinkle that all over the base. And voila, look at how fabulous these look. You can see the urns so much better now that they're white. The dark color before blended in with the tile, and now these pop. These trees are fabulous. They are the right height, they are the right scale, and they look so elegant. I love the choice of these cypress trees. Now, because it is fall time, we need to add a few embellishments. I headed over to Hobby Lobby and I purchased a long leaf garland. This is so pretty. It's got shades of orange and shades of green that are going to look so beautiful on our urns. And these were 40% off, which makes it so much more affordable than it would have been otherwise. What I'm gonna do is take our garland and bend it in half, and then I'm going to get some sharp clippers and cut it. So now I've got my 2 segments of leaves. Now what I'm going to do is add half to just the bottom part of our urn. I'm just gonna wrap it around, kind of like a little bit of a wreath, and then just kind of drape it up a little bit like that. Okay, I'm gonna take the second half and do the same thing over on this side. I'm just gonna drape it around the base of our tree. Just twist it a little bit and have it climb up the cypress just a little bit. The final fall addition we're going to add are these acorns. I purchased them at Burlington Coat Factory a couple years ago, and these are plastic. So these are gonna be perfect for the outdoors. We don't need to worry about the rain or anything else, and so I'm just gonna take these acorns and just pop them right there in the front, because we have enough space. Just nestle that right in there. I'm gonna put this one on this side, and now we're done. You guys, look how fabulous this front porch looks now. It looks classy. I love the way that these trees look, and these subtle touches of fall are perfect. It's not overwhelming, but it definitely gives a hint of the time of the year. The leaves are beautiful. These acorns are so cute, and it's so welcoming. I love the way that this turned out. Doesn't that porch look so festive now? It's going to be a great way to welcome my guests during this fall season. And hooray for faux trees and plants. I am not worried that those cypress trees are gonna die. So yay for me. All right, you guys, we did so many decorating ideas and DIYs today. I hope that you got some inspiration and you can see that you can live beautifully for free or cheap. You can do it throughout the year and you can do it on a budget. I've got so many fun upcoming projects, so make sure you're subscribed so I can share this with you. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much for watching.